Behind me is a statue of Manas. You may remember from a previous episode we talked about him, the hero in the world's longest poem. And it's no surprise that he's riding a horse on all the statues, because for centuries people here were nomadic and the horse has always been very important, indeed vital, in Kyrgyz culture and history. Sure, the horse may not be quite as important today as it once was. We have things like cars to get around these days. Although, having said that, in the rural areas, sometimes horses are still more common mode of transport than vehicles. You can purchase a horse here for about $1,000. Quite a lot of money for local people, but still a lot cheaper than buying a car. In fairness, you can see why some people prefer to travel by horse to vehicle. In the rural areas, it's because there's not much alternative transport. And even in less rural areas, I mean, the little minibus that I just took to get to this part of town, there was about, I counted 35 people on it. 35 people on a little minibus. So public transport here certainly isn't at all comfortable. When you travel around the country, in really remote parts, you see horses everywhere, and they look like they're actually wild horses because you don't see any humans anywhere near them, but it seems they all do belong to somebody, and they're free. They're not tied up. They could actually run away if they wanted to. One local explained to me that if the horses don't have an owner, then their owners will be the wolves. Someone else on a horse here. It's not Manas, it's someone I'm not familiar with. I guess some local hero. And you can't be a local hero in Kyrgyzstan if you can't ride a horse. Come to think of it, the only communist I've ever seen on a horse is Frunze, who was from Kyrgyzstan, and because of that, the capital city Bishkek, all throughout the Soviet Union, was called Frunze, named after him. Now, he wasn't actually of Kyrgyz heritage. I think he's from Moldova, or his parents were from Moldova. So who knows, maybe he couldn't actually ride a horse, but if he wanted to be accepted as a local hero, then he had to certainly be seen to be riding horses, certainly in the statues. You may remember I came across this large group of horses when I was in the Osh region recently, and also a very young horseman. He must only have been about 10 or 11 years of age, but he was very competent and entrusted with the duty of rounding up the cattle. So just by a busy road here, the main road into Osh, there's like a sports match going on. It's a popular game here, and they need a big space, and just anywhere that's a big space can act as a pitch. I think all cities, well most cities at least in Kyrgyzstan, have a hippodrome, a place where you can do horse racing and other horse-related sports. Although it's unusual, you can find horse meat for sale sometimes. You never find it in restaurants and cafes. I'm guessing it's a bit of a delicacy that's only for special occasions, but sometimes if you go to an upmarket supermarket, you can find it. So they have got some here, you can see here horse, and here horse as well, but it's very expensive. It's, look, at least twice, if not 3-4 times the price of other things. However, horse milk is far more common. It's called Kumis, and it's a very popular drink here. You can find it in many places. Actually, I put the kiss of death on it. I always see Kumis when I don't want to buy it, because I'm not that keen on it really. But today, when I actually was going to buy it, it seems they've run out. So they've got all the old favourites there that we've come across before, but amazingly, no Kumis. Being tall certainly does have its dangers. This is exactly at my eye height. Actually, I'm thinking even horse milk might not be that common. I spent most of my time in Kyrgyzstan, in the capital city, Bishkek, and so maybe the big supermarkets there, they can sell it en masse, but in the rest of the country, perhaps it's not so common actually. I mean, it's a fair-sized supermarket behind me, and they didn't have it in there, so maybe ignore what I said about it being common. But you can still find it if you really want it. As it happens, there's another big supermarket just around the corner, so let's see if we can find it in here, shall we? I just asked a staff member, and it seems that they don't have it here either at the moment. They do sell it, but there's none left, so I don't know if there's a, I don't know if it's a popular celebration drink, a weekend drink or something. I don't know, a bit odd that two big supermarkets have run out. Maybe it's seasonal. Oh well, I save myself a bit of money and save my taste buds as well.